Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully everyone is safe, everyone is well. Now I've been super lucky. I've had a box through the door. Let's go check it out. I wonder what on earth this could be. Time has come to show you what is in this lovely DMR cardboard box. Dun, dun, dun. This thing right here is the DMR Sec Pro full build bike. Now obviously not all of these components are my sponsored components, so we're going to have to change those over the coming weeks, but for now let's get this thing built up and check it out. What makes me laugh is a number of people buy a bike online, it comes in a box, similar package to this, and then they go to the local bike shop to ask them to build it for them. Obviously, the local bike shop charged an arm and a leg because they didn't buy the bike from the shop, they bought it online. So hopefully this video shows you actually how easy it is to build a bike out of the box as well. Cable cutters, much needed tool, because as you can see, we have loads of zip ties. It'll probably be a lot easier with a bike stand. We have the bike up there and then we can work our way around the bike. So this is where it gets special. Grand unveil. You probably can't see in this light, but it's actually really sick sort of colour. I can't remember what they call it, but it's not as black as it looks in the pictures. We've almost got like a little tinge here, so we've got a bit of a sparkle going on. Look at that. Gradually getting there. It's starting to look a bit more like a bike now because we can see underneath the madness. Obviously, I'd rather spend the extra time taking the packing off rather than having loads of scratches on my new pride and joy. We now put the handlebars on, front wheel, all that good stuff. We're going to put the bars on. As you can see, this has come with a front brake. Now, the dirt jumping fashion is the fact that you don't run a front brake, purely because you don't really need one. I've always been a fan of a front brake coming from a downhill background, but that's going to go. These forks, obviously I don't ride for X-Fusion, so at some point they're going to be replaced. That is the bars nipped up. There's no point going full ham with doing them up because we want to adjust it properly when we're set up on the bike. I haven't done the stem fillet up as yet because we've obviously got to fit the oi stem cap. Now, one on that, you guys can get one of these free if you buy an oi jersey. Just DM me on Facebook or Instagram. There's my little sponsored post. So as you guys can see, I've clamped this to the frame. I certainly wouldn't recommend doing this with a carbon fibre bike. It was purely because the seat post is quite small. It's obviously designed for dirt jumping, so therefore we don't need the seat up in the air. We don't need a long seat post. We certainly don't need the reflectors and bell with this particular bike because I don't plan on taking it on the road. And then we've got the lovely DMR, I think they're V6 plastic pedals, which are actually super good. However, I do have some V8s that are going to go on this particular bike. Slight problem we've encountered is the fact these brakes come American spec. Now what I mean by that is, I normally run my front brake on the right hand side, and as you can see, the front brake on this bike is on the left hand side. I think it's a case of just undoing those and just flipping around. I don't think you'll need to re-bleed after that. It's not like it's a downhill run where you need every minuscule bit of modulation. The thing is with these, they're very much on or off. Chatting to the legend that is Steve Gill, it's a simple case of just making sure the levers are flat so they don't leak oil. I'm telling you this, guys, just in case anyone else has got similar problems. So as long as we keep the levers flat, we should get away with just unscrewing these, swapping them around, and Bob's your uncle. What's the worst that can happen? Do the front one first, just in case we do lose oil, because it's the back brake I'm more interested in. Last couple of threads, and then we're going to quickly switch a route. I'm using an adjustable spanner. Mechanics are going to go mad at that. So what you will see with a number of dirt jump bikes is the fact they have a long rear brake cable. Now, the reason for this is so they can do bar spins or tail whips or things like that. Obviously, I won't be needing a long one because there's not a chance in hope in hell that I'm going to be doing this, and that could be a perfect excuse why I haven't. But what we are going to do is remove the front brake. This is purely for the fact that we don't actually really need it. For me, this is just going to be a little dirt jump hack bike / pump track bike. One of the biggest problems you get with a brand new bike is they come dry. Now what I mean by that is things like the threads and the crank, the axles, etc. haven't got any grease. So that is one thing I'd always recommend when getting a brand new bike, just to make sure you don't get any hassle in a few months' time. get this front brake off, we have to remove this grip, which seems a little uneasy at the minute, so I'm going to use the old helmet and visor cleaner, see if that does the trick. Oh, the lengths you go to avoid having a front brake on your bike. My gosh, I just left it on there, I think. Well, there we go, that is now front brakeless. Obviously, we're keeping the rear. I'm certainly not good enough to go brakeless. As always taught, a clean workstation is a happy workstation. It's a bit neater, isn't it? So we've got that ready for recycling. And as you can see, we've got an array of pedals as well. Now, the reason why I've shown you all these is obviously I'm super fortunate to be sponsored by DMR. So we've got the Volt pedals. These are the big platform metal pedals. These are the ones that came with the bike. These are the V6s. These are the V11s. Now these are actually the same platform as the Volt, but these are made of plastic with metal pins, so these are an option. Now these are the V12s. These are a bit more chunky than the Volt pedal. I would have probably gone for this on my dirt jump bike, but they're orange. Doesn't really go with the colour scheme, so it's a choice of black, black or black. I'm starting to think maybe we go for the V11s, which is the plastic pedal with the metal pins. So this is the importance of not doing them up too tight to start off with, because when you get on the bike you realise they're totally skew width and you obviously want them rolled back, rolled forward, whatever. So we're going to roll these back a bit. Oh. Right guys, we're nearly there. We just got to pump the tyres up and then we are good to go. So some dirt jumpers run about 70 psi. I'm just going to go for 40, which is probably a little out of my comfort zone. Seems I'm used to 24 on the front. There we go, look at that. So this is my DMR Sec Pro. As I said, over the coming weeks, we're probably going to be upgrading a few things, but for now, I'm pretty stoked with that. It's very stealth in comparison to my other bikes. Let's go check it out. To let you guys into a little secret, I ended up buying a pair of second-hand Fox forks because unfortunately COVID has eliminated the chance of getting any new ones at the moment. So we've bought some second-hand ones. Before we go out riding, we're going to install them onto the beast, and then for the first time it'll razz around. Probably not ideal doing it on the side of the road, but what can you do? Right, take that off. Don't really want to scratch a brand new bike, and I've got to remember the order it all goes in. Right, we ready? Oh, right, here we go then. Here's the wheel. Let's get those bad boys on and then we're good to go. This is not the professional way how you remove a crown race off a set of forks, but we are on the side of the road and I want to get riding. Yeah. So it's a little low in the steerer, but I'll make up for this. When I get home, I've got a lower stack stem, which means then we can put a couple more spaces underneath, which hopefully should make up for it. Let's go around the pump track for its first outing. Not the ideal start to its career. So here we are, we just got here to the pump track for a maiden voyage. Let's go, let's give it a blast. Oh mate, I love this bike, it's so sick. So we've been here approximately 5 minutes and we've already got a challenge. What's the challenge, AD?
I don't know, what was the challenge? You haven't even told me.
Right, so we've been here 5 minutes. What's the challenge, AD?
I apparently jump backwards, I can't even jump forwards, so that's going to be funny, isn't it?
Alright, go on, AD. Right, jumping in the normal way.
Oh, no. I really don't see what the problem is with it. It's so easy to do.
Jumping them the right way. Now the challenge is jumping them the other way.
No!
The master, the veteran, backwards. Easy. Backwards. What's the plan, Sam?
AD wants me a bomb drop off this, but I don't think it's going to happen. Pig, isn't it? I don't think it's going to happen.
Right, go on, let's see it. Oh. Yeah! Go on, mate.
Mate, look at your height difference.
Oh my God. More commitment this time, please.
This is what I'm up against here. This is what he's like. He's a sore loser.
Weather is coming in. We may as well just get another one in. I love it. It's so easy on a dirt jump bike after coming in on a trail bike. Oh mate, so sick. Who would have thought you could get so caked at a pump track? It was obviously that field on the way in. Today's job is to obviously replace this stem because the steerer isn't all that long. The stem from our other bike is a lower stack, so this is a Defy stem. It's 35mm diameter, which means this set bar is only 31.8, so we're going to replace the bar and the stem. Because the steerer is not all that tall, hopefully it means we can get a spacer underneath and we can heighten the front end. So as you guys can see, there's not that much size difference between the Defy and the Sec stem, but it's not that much steerer overlapping. So it basically means that this stem here is going to be a lot safer. There we go then, guys. We have changed the grips, the bars, the stem. So we've got Defy stem, wing bars and the Def grips, which means that we've got a slightly higher front end now, slightly wider bars, feels very similar to my other bike. And here we are. Bang on. Right, go on then. So we've come here to the pump track, and as you can see, there's a few puddles lying around, so it just means that you've got this main line all the way around it. Let's go, give it another go, mix it up, jump things, manual things, see what we can go up to. We've done a couple of laps. We're now going to use the 360 GoPro, another lap round on the chesty. Let's check it out. Right, chilled lap, manning it all up. Jump stuff rather than manual it this time. Jump. Well, there we go. We've had a sick time building this Sec Pro up. Hopefully we can take it to the trails next. A bit of dirt jump action. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, it'd be great if you give it a thumbs up. Be sick if you subscribe. And until the next one, I'll see you in a bit. Oi, oi.